Welcome back to Guild Wars 2 Wayfarer Foothills Scale Challenges. We're starting over here near Grollenford to get a rather interesting one. It's not particularly hard. We just gotta go north here and into the river. We went by it in the previous video, so it's fairly straightforward. Just avoid all the skelk and you'll be fine. Now we just gotta talk to this disciple of Bear over here and we can begin the challenge. This is one of the battle challenges. Easy enough. Just gotta fight him. She's not particularly hard, and the bear form does not last throughout the entire battle, which is quite useful. Doesn't have any real specific abilities that make it difficult. She just kind of wails on you, and then becomes normal.
Bear approves of you. I can feel her little tail wagging in my heart.
Now onto Issormir's body. Now, having just recently rolled a Norn, I know where this comes from. This comes from the actual start of a Norn. When you first roll a Norn, Great Hunt. And Issormir, it's not particularly hard. Issormir is dead. You killed her in the intro. Whatever it actually is. But it's this giant ice worm. It's a commune point. This one, you're gonna have to kill some Sons of Svandir to get to it. And that's because this is kind of where they're at. Not that these guys are particularly hard. There's just a decent amount of them. You can probably run past most of them. And that would make it easier. Just take care of that spear thrower up there, because he has a tendency to really hurt you. Mainly due to the chilling effect. Fortunately, he really doesn't have a ton of health. Now, the actual skill challenge is in this fenced-off area over here. And it's that guy over there, that Son of Svandir over there. He's actually one of the, apparently, oldest Sons of Svandir around. And he's got a kind of philosophical way of doing things. He'll summon those ice things, dodge out of the way. He'll launch ice at you. He's not particularly difficult, but I think the reason mostly for that is the significantly higher level I am than him. He could be a bit of a challenge, but just avoid his ice and you'll be fine. And then, to actually pick up the skill challenge after you fight him, talk to him. I've done this about 3 times where I've just completely blanked on, why didn't I get that? Oh right, I have to talk to him. It's just a little counterintuitive. Now over at the Shadow Horns, which is this giant outdoor hot spring. You can really tell that the Nord were based off of Iceland. Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, traveler.
We get to fight him. He's not particularly hard. It says he evades attacks, but if I'm perfectly honest, it's just him dodging to the side. If you're a melee class, this quote-unquote evading is not going to hinder you at all.
Truly cleansed. Back in the steam with you.
Now over here at Hunter's Lake, we have to go over here towards all this corruption that's over here. If you're doing the quest, this is probably the general area where you would end up anyway. Just because of all the Icebrood wolves and the Sons of Svandir over here. You're going to want to clear out this area of the Icebrood wolves, the Sons of Svandir, and the corrupted ice elementals. Everything else in here really doesn't need to die. Just specifically the things to the south really need to die. And the reason for that is this is another one of those challenges. One of those battle challenges. And this one actually has a bit of interesting to it.
Barely stand.
You could probably get away with only killing, say, this guy and ignoring everything else, but there's just a chance everything else will get in the way. And you don't want to take that chance. Like I said, the elementals too. Now that that's done, let's activate the challenge. It's gonna summon something we haven't seen really yet. I mean, we've seen trolls, but not ice trolls. And this guy, he's got a bit of a challenge to him. As you can see, he can really wail on you, especially with his two ice elemental buddies. But you shouldn't worry too much about him. I'm actually doing this very wrong. Always focus on the summoned minions before the main guy. It just decreases the amount of damage coming in that you have to absorb or mitigate. Just minions first, always. And now for this one. This one's quite cool. We're still in the same general vicinity as you saw, but we gotta go down into the ice cave. Now what's really cool about this is that this one, we just gotta grab something and drink it. Like, it's one of the typical food-like challenges. Except this stuff is a brew. A good old, for lack of a better term, a good old beer based off of ice worm eggs. I don't actually want to contemplate how that might actually taste, because I'm not a fan of beer anyway, so it probably would taste rather repulsive. But you grab it, drink it, and that's your skill challenge completed. Assuming, of course, that the ice worms wish to cooperate. Now, we're up here at Svandir's Dome to get this next one. It's not a particularly difficult one to get to, because you can avoid most of the Sons of Svandir to get here. And it's the last of the battle ones for the map. Make sure everything's charged, and bring him on. This is Bjord Frossenson. As usual, kill his minions. He's your typical heavyweight greatsword character, really based off of the warrior class, so he's got potential to hurt you. I think his big thing is he will do the spinning attack that launches him forward, and he will leave ice crystals that explode in his wake. Can also cause bleeding, which is an awful status effect.
My adrenaline is full.
He goes down fairly easily. And now for the last one, over here in the ancient cave off to the far east of the map. It's not a particularly difficult one to get. We just gotta kill a whole bunch of spiders that are getting in our way. And there are a lot of spiders on this map. You could run by most of them. You'll probably have to kill a veteran or two in order to really get at it. The skill point. But other than that, you can run by these little guys. I'm just killing them for the sake of demonstrating that they're in my way.
I can barely stand.
Now, this is really the only way to get at it, is to go around this way. I mean, you could take the left path and hook back to this section, but this is the only staircase to get there. Now, being a veteran spider, they have some potential for damage, specifically in the poison department. Poison's just a nasty status effect all around, so avoid it when possible. But other than that, he's just a big sack of hit points, pretty much. Just wail on him and he will go down. After that, commune with the point, and that's the last one in this map. We'll see you guys next time. This is Stomping Llama, signing out.